Hey guys!
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Tandem Fandom. I'm Mick.
I'm Courtney.
Today we had to talk about a topic. We had to do this.
We had to. It's on everybody's minds. It's in everybody's faces. It was the explosion of the new year. This man's name was on everybody's tongue.
And of course we are talking about the cleaner, Kenny Omega. Well documented on this program that he is my favorite wrestler walking the planet today. You show him some respect. I love Kenny. It's well documented, my love for Kenny, but really we felt compelled because there's an awful lot of rumors swirling about.
Buzz.
And not to mention, people who aren't really like hardcore, die-hard wrestling fans, you know, casual fans are becoming aware of Kenny through social media, through YouTube, through the amazing match that he had at Wrestle Kingdom with Okada. You know, Dave Meltzer rated it his first ever 6-star match out of 5. So that's a thing. But, you know, we felt it was our duty. So we felt that it...
Our obligation.
Absolutely, that we had to discuss what's going on with Kenny, where we think Kenny might end up. There's been rumors swirling about his contract situation with New Japan, so we're going to do just that. So the
word on everybody's Twitter, word on anything anybody posts ever right now is WWE needs to sign Kenny Omega. Sign Kenny Omega, WWE. Everybody's saying it.
sign
him.
So,
why WWE needs to sign Kenny Omega, why Kenny Omega should sign with WWE.
So that's kind of where we'll start the discussion. We'll start it there. Should WWE sign Kenny Omega? Short answer, yes. But we're not here for the short answer.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, alright guys, have a good time. No, so we're gonna, you know, of course they should. He's an amazing talent. He's the best wrestler walking the planet today.
Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, he's got the
Everybody, even the casual fans I work with, came up to me and be like, hey, did you hear about this guy, Kenny Omega? And I'm like,
are you familiar?
Let me tell you about our good friend.
Yeah.
KO.
And Cassius Ohno's return to NXT. We gotta have a triple threat for the rights to KO. No. So, but okay, so let's kind of start there. Should the WWE sign Kenny Omega? Of course they should. He's an amazing talent.
Of course. I mean, who shouldn't? I mean,
yeah.
TNA should, Ring of Honor should, PWX should.
New Japan, yeah. But the question is not should they. The question is, if they did, what do they do? Where does Kenny fit? What do you think? Your opinion on it. We talked about it a little bit before off camera. You had very strong feelings about it.
Had a nice little cross my arms and huff for a second. Like, why is this number one thing on everybody's mind, that Kenny Omega needs to go to the WWE? Like, that it's Valhalla. It is the end-all, be-all. If you're a pro wrestler, you are shit, unless you have gone to the WWE. I feel it's disrespectful to Kenny. I feel it's disrespectful to New Japan. I feel it's disrespectful for everything he's done in his entire career up until now. And I feel like treating the WWE like it is Valhalla, like it is the top of Mount Olympus, only gives it more power and takes away from these other promotions that are coming up on their own in its shadow. Look at how big New Japan is now. Look at how big Ring of Honor is now.
Yeah, strong.
And I can't deny that the WWE is the biggest company, but just because they're the biggest doesn't mean they're the end-all be-all.
Strong takes. I completely disagree with you. But, no, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, you know, but the fact is, like...
Not that I wouldn't lose my mind
if
he came through the curtain at Rumble this Sunday.
Yeah.
But, I'm just saying, it doesn't discredit him as a wrestler if he never goes.
Yes, I agree with that completely. And Kenny himself has famously said he would rather be the legendary wrestler that never made it to WWE.
Yeah, because Sting already threw that title away.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, so...
I love you, Steve.
This is kind of how I look at it. You know, WWE is the apex. It is, without a doubt, the #1 global wrestling company. It is the only wrestling company that consistently tours the globe on a yearly basis. Yes, New Japan will have their shows where CMLL goes to Japan. They are going to do a show in America, but traditionally, they're a Japanese-based company.
Let me do War of the Worlds with Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that's true, where a couple of guys go over, but it's not a New Japan show, that's a Ring of Honor show. You know, yes, there are companies that dip their toes into, like, they go to England or they go to Europe, but WWE tours the globe. It is a global brand.
Well, they can. They have representatives who speak all the languages.
Yes.
They have the translators. A lot of countries speak or at least understand English.
Yeah.
Japanese...
Well, and,
not as much.
And that's the thing. I don't believe people are saying the things about, like, Kenny needs to go, because they're trying to disrespect New Japan. I don't believe that's why people are saying it. I think it's because when you think...
they're not intentionally trying to disrespect New Japan.
But when you think wrestling and you say, you know, pro wrestling to average Joe on the street, WWE, it is the global brand. I would also point towards the signings of guys like Shinsuke Nakamura, Kenta, you know, Most Dangerous Kana, all Japanese wrestlers who came to WWE. They came here. I think Shinsuke is probably the biggest signing out of Japanese talent they've done. You know, he was the guy. Like, he was a made man in New Japan. He could have lived...
He has a bear.
He does. He has a little bear. It's
you know you've made it in New Japan if you have a bear modeled after you in the shop.
But I think the reason why everybody is kind of saying that is, well, look at the past few years. If you have built your name or put any buzz behind your name or steam behind your name over the past few years, where have you ended up? AJ Styles, Kevin Steen, Tyler Black, John Moxley, you know, big names on the indies. Where'd they end up? WWE. Yeah, some of them had their names changed. Your boy, Prince Devitt, our boy, beloved Prince Devitt. Where did he end up? WWE. Samoa Joe. Yes, some of these guys changed their names, but then we started to see Samoa Joe come in, and AJ Styles, and Shinsuke Nakamura. The groundwork is now laid that a guy like Kenny Omega can come in and be Kenny Omega. He was Kenny Omega in developmental when he was in WWE in 2005. He was still Kenny Omega. He was never like, you know, Kenneth Omegaman. Like
Kenneth Gamma.
Yeah, no, or what? Frederick Alpha. Like, he was never, you know, he was never that. He's always been Kenny Omega. So they kind of got them Deep South tapes, and I've watched the match of him and Heath Miller, a.k.a. Heath Slater.
Hey.
They wrestled. I've watched. It's actually a really good match, believe it or not.
Heath is good. He's on my list.
Yeah,
I like him.
But you know, so I think that's what it is. I don't think people are trying to disrespect. I think it's just, here's a guy that is so good. This is viewed as being the best in the apex. That's why he should be here. You know, it's just simply the tops. It's kind of like why, you know, certain like NFL players want to go to certain teams. They're recognized as the best. This is my best chance to win a championship, to, you know, get that big recognition of my abilities. And in WWE, the Hall of Fame, it's got, they got the deepest pockets as well. Like,
I'm just saying, maybe somebody, and I guess I'll be that somebody, should say, instead of, oh, he needs to sign with the WWE, maybe we should say, oh, we need to get English commentary New Japan in the States on TV.
I agree. Well, and it kind of is. Granted, it's from like 6 months prior. With
but you can watch it live on New Japan World.
That's
online.
right. It's only
listen to Steve Corino and.
Not Steve Corino anymore.
Oh no, that's right.
No, but
he
there
ended
is
up in the WWE. God.
there is great news.
What?
The new English commentator for New Japan World, along with Kevin Kelly, is none other.
Is it Michael Scavella?
No.
Dumb.
It's even better than that.
Well,
It is a man who is so over. He's from Overtown. It is
Cyrus Overhuge?
the original top talent, Cyrus, the Jackal, Don Callis, the Natural, whatever you want to call him. I forgot to tell you. Yes, he is the new English commentator alongside Kevin Kelly. He's Overhuge in Japan. He's like a god there.
That's exciting.
Yes,
That's going to be good. Carino was great, but...
February the 5th, Cyrus will be commentating alongside Kevin Kelly. So very, very exciting news. I mean,
that is exciting.
I don't really,
you heard it here first.
No, well,
possibly second.
Yeah, I think, he announced it on his podcast, I think a week ago, but still, yeah, that's great news.
How dare he break his news before we do.
He's top talent, and
He's
top
top
talent
talent.
gets to break news how top talent wants. Anyway,
Fair.
so my counter to what you're saying is, yes, I'm with you. I would love to see Kenny Omega come to the WWE because that gives me an opportunity to go see him perform live, which is, it's on my list of like, I need to see this man perform live. He's my favorite wrestler.
You just said, I'm with you. I want him to come to WWE.
Oh, okay,
That was against my plans.
Okay, to counter you.
Okay.
I'm getting to where I'm with you, but to counter you, I want him to come to WWE if he is put in a top position. And I don't just say that.
See, now that's with me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You just started that with to counter you.
I want him to go, but if this is the doesn't matter. So I want him to come.
If WWE were to sign Kenny Omega,
Yes.
they need to not squander him.
Yes. I think, and the reason I say this, not just because I am a fanboy. I mean, I am. And it's partially this, but I also believe that when you have a guy who wrestles in Japan, like he has made one appearance for Ring of Honor last year, I think he did, maybe one. He wrestles in Japan. He is essentially a Japanese wrestler in terms of like that's where he works. He works exclusively in Japan. You don't get to just go anywhere.
Fluent Japanese.
Yeah, you don't just get to go anywhere else and see him. So a guy that has transcended the barrier from like hardcore fans know to he is reaching a casual audience who was like
the people who don't even know there is a wrestling promotion in Japan.
When casual fans are coming up to you and saying, "Have you heard about this Kenny Omega guy?" That right there.
Yeah,
you cannot something. That is the level of attention that wrestlers would probably kill someone for. Quite literally. Like, here's the gun. You kill that guy, everyone's going to know your name.
Okay.
Like, yeah, so, that's why I think you have to strike. You have to take that momentum.
While everybody knows his name.
Yes.
Everybody.
It's also why, if I'm Kenny, unless New Japan says, you're beating Okada clean next month, you're going to have the title for a year. Unless they're saying that, and, it's a financial aspect as well. Like, if WWE's like, okay, we're going to give you starting NXT money to come in and be on the main roster and work every show, brother. Like, unless that happens, they're going to throw some money. I would not wait if I were him. Like, yes, you're rolling the dice on, like, okay, I just had arguably the best year that any foreign wrestler has ever had in Japan. Yeah. I'm going to roll my dice and I'm going to do it again. Because it's like, how do you top it?
Right.
How do you outdo the... I mean, I'll be honest. I honestly didn't know how he was going to top... his match the ladder match with Elgin. I thought that was probably the best performance I've seen him do. His match with Tanahashi, his match with Naito. I mean, he's constantly exceeded my, like, how does he do this? Right. But he does.
Well, and I'm not against WWE signing him or Kenny crossing the multiple lands and oceans.
Yeah.
It's just... I wish people would show a little more respect for other promotions.
I could see that, but I mean...
But if they, don't know they're out there, if they...
Yeah. I mean, that's where you just simply say, well, have you seen it? Check out his stuff in New Japan. New Japan World.
But saying that, it would be fantastic for Kenny to take a year off from Japan, a year or two off from Japan, come to WWE, fight, AJ, fight Shinsuke again, fight Brock, and then go back to New Japan, just like they send off their young lions.
That's kind of what I could see Kenny doing.
Right, going off to
do an excursion.
Meditate under waterfalls and fight bears.
I could see Kenny signing a 2 or 3 year contract, go see what he can do, and reevaluate. I could see that. Well, and
come back and Okada.
Well, when Devitt left, because he had the light up jacket and everything. Because he was on Jericho's podcast, Jericho asked him, he's like, do you see out the jacket? And he goes, no, it's in New Japan. Because Gato, the booker there, looked at him and says, I keep your gimmick for when you come back. Because, well, he could. If Finn Balor left WWE today, hey, you come back, I have your jacket, it light up. That would instantly happen. Nakamura, that is why they just stripped Nakamura of the title and they didn't have him lose, because he'll probably be back. If he doesn't make it, even if he has a great successful career.
He has a bear too.
Yeah, even if Nakamura has a great WWE career, becomes champion, he'll be in New Japan at 45, just because that's how it'll go. Good God, the New Japan Rumble every year at Wrestle Kingdom. There are dudes that are straight up 55 years old in that damn thing, and they are protecting them the entire time.
Yeah.
So
they do the big explosion because they're so strong.
I could very well see Kenny doing that, signing a shorter term deal, going over because it's hot right now. He knows that he can go back to New Japan, and, well, let's call it like it is. He boosts his name by going to WWE. I mean, good God, Juice Robinson was C.J. Parker in NXT. He's in New Japan. He's not a top guy in New Japan, but if you look at the level, okay, well, if Raw's here and SmackDown's here, at the time NXT was about here, and he was a bottom guy on NXT. He was putting guys over.
Yeah.
But he's still in New Japan, so what do you do with Kenny if, on a conservative level, Kenny just gets an IC title reign or a US title reign and a tag title reign? He can still take that, go over to Japan, cut a promo about, I went somewhere, unlike Okada who's scared. I went to America and I was successful, and blah. You can do that kind of stuff. And
it works. It works in the way they write the wrestling.
Yeah. Well, and let's call it like it is. When you look at what's happening right now in New Japan, Naito is super hot. Okada, super hot. They have a history.
Yeah, I'm so
to me,
excited.
Yeah, I fantasy booked this out a few weeks ago. I'll have to do it. I'll give you the abridged version right now, but it is my firm belief that Wrestle Kingdom's main event next year will be Naito and Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight title. It's basically the new Ace battle. That's my prediction.
Because he beat Tanahashi.
Yes.
Tana-chan.
And Okada has beaten Tanahashi. So that's my belief that is what they're building to. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, when you really look at Kenny, with as amazing as he is, he does speak fluent Japanese. He gives everything to every match. It's incredible. He is not Japanese. It is a Japanese company. Bottom line. That's what he is still a foreigner. No matter what he does, no matter how hard he tries, he's a foreigner, and he was a former junior heavyweight. That is a stigma that, yes, he's moved up, that is still somewhat of a stigma for them. Well, you're a junior. You're a junior. You were junior champion. So
the fact that he's even made it as far as he has
is amazing.
Is an incredible accomplishment for anybody outside of Japan in New Japan.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at the history of it.
So I think if he comes, you have to do it right. I think you strike, you put him in there with top guys. So now let's move to the most fun part of this, where we fantasy book. So let's address the rumors, because there's a couple. As you all know, the Royal Rumble is approaching rapidly. The first contract news that I heard was Kenny's contract is not up until January 31st. Obviously, the Rumble is before January 31st. However, I literally read today that a new rumor is abound that Kenny was released on January 9th, early from his contract.
Interesting.
If he says to Gato, I want to go now, I want to follow Shinsuke and Devitt and Anderson and Gallows, that's another guy. They can go back. All of these guys can go back, and Gato understands that. Yes, it sucks to lose your stars, but look at, like, Kamatachi. You sent him on excursion, he's not Kamatachi anymore. He's, like,
right.
he's better now. So, again, I could see Kenny saying to Gato, I want to make this company better, so I'm going to go there, do what I can, and I'm going to come back. I could see Gato doing that. So...
And we know that WWE and New Japan have some sort of relationship behind the curtains because of all of a sudden Jushin Thunder Liger came to NXT TakeOver, and some other representatives from the brand were in the audience, and it's almost like they were like, see, we respect you and we treat your people well.
I have kind of had a...
Jushin won clean.
Yeah, I've kind of had a belief that there is a secret kind of handshake deal between the two. I don't know that for sure. That's just kind of a theory that I've had, because I'm like, they acknowledge Japan a lot, and they don't tend to acknowledge things that they aren't cool with. So
yeah.
I
learned their lesson in the 90s.
Oh yeah, you said WCW, everybody was like, ooh, click. So, you know, let's fantasy book it. Let's say Kenny's free and clear. Obviously, I think you bring him in at Rumble, right? I mean, but what do you do? Because...
Hopefully not zoom in on Roman Reigns' face.
Ah, that was the worst.
Give us the moment, shit.
So, but what do you have him do? How do you insert him in? Because I don't, as much as I love him, I don't think you have him win the Rumble, because he's not ingratiated or familiarized with your core audience enough that they'd understand that.
Is AJ in the Rumble?
No, because if he was, I would have him eliminate AJ.
Because, you know, they beat him out of the Bullet Club, he'd be like, I'm here to finish the job. Are Gallows and Anderson in the...
I don't remember Rumble? If they are or not. I believe...
If Finn comes back...
I think he'll win if he comes back.
That would be a cool face-off.
Yeah. Because they kind of... Ships passing in the night. Actually, no, I don't believe they were... No, they weren't in the Bullet Club at the same time, because Finn had left by the time that Kenny joined.
Right. And then Kenny became the leader after Finn left.
He kicked AJ out, because AJ was the leader and he kicked AJ out. I don't know, like, I could see Rumble, because Rumble is obviously the best way to introduce a new star. You know, they come in, they can eliminate some people, because it kind of protects a guy. Getting thrown over a rope's not a big thing.
Right, and you can do dual eliminations.
Yeah. I would probably have him eliminate a top guy. You know, Seth Rollins is not in the Rumble, because I would have probably had him eliminate Seth.
Yeah.
So if I had to book it, you really want to put him in a good situation. And a lot of this would kind of depend on what's going to happen with the title matches. If John Cena beats AJ, I could see AJ entering the Rumble, beating a guy down, entering the Rumble to try and win. Then I would have Kenny come, eliminate him. AJ, Kenny, WrestleMania. You've got him in there with a champion. Boom. Other guys that I think you could match Kenny up with, not at WrestleMania because the Triple H thing, but I think him and Rollins would be a good mix. Him and John Cena obviously would be a good mix. Him and Randy would be a good mix. Just any top guy I would put Kenny against.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it. Well, guys, what do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Should Kenny go to WWE? And if so, how do?
How? Why? When? Where?
If you enjoyed the video, give us that thumbs up, and if you really enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button at the end of the video.
Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And as we always say here on Tandem Phantom, if you're going to be a fan,
bring a friend.